Koteshwar Rao sir. He is Associate of Training and Placement of Savita School of Engineering, Chennai, for over 5 years. He has also worked in three MNCs, Citibank, British Council, Tech Mahindra in Chennai, and he has around 26 years of industry experience in training alone. He was also heading Tech Mahindra Learning World, that is training department in Chennai, for over 10 years. So we have Koteshwar Rao sir. Sir, we welcome you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you
Sir,
very much. Thank you, ma'am. Am I?
over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Am
sir,
I?
you are audible, sir. Audible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice to have you, sir.
We'll go ahead. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much for your generous introduction. And at the outset, I would like to thank Tagore Engineering College Career Planning and Guidance Counseling Initiative, my friend Mr. Radhakrishnan and Dr. S. Lakshmi, the HOD of Electronic and Communication Engineering Department, and Dr. L. Raja, Principal of the college, and Dr. M. Mala, Chairperson of Tagore Engineering College. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to speak to you and be available for the webinar. And I love interacting with the students and community to share what are the learnings I had in my career, and that is what actually prompted me to be here. So as Madam introduced, and my name is Koteshwar Rao. I'm working as an associate professor of training and placement in Savita School of Engineering in Chennai for the past 5 years. And prior to that, I had industry experience nearly about spanning to 26, 27 years. And I was in Citibank initially for a couple of years. Then I worked in British Council for a decade. Then moved to Satyam in Hyderabad. And Satyam had a crisis, and Satyam was taken over by Tech Mahindra in 2009. You are aware of that. And then I left TechM in the 2016, almost 4.5 years ago. And since then, I have been with Savita. Savita, my role is to take care of mentoring, guiding, grooming students, third and final year students, especially engineering students, on life skills, employability skills, and essential skills that are required for their life and for the professional development. I think that brought me to here, and Tagore College, I appreciate that you have a great initiative called Career Planning, Guidance and Counseling Initiative that encompasses and accommodates this kind of initiatives, and really appreciate that. So that's briefly about me, and I am currently I've been doing online classes, and I just finished it, the classes, and then joined the webinar. Well, so what is that we are going to discuss for the coming 30-40 minutes, then we'll open for interaction. Love to hear from our participants and predominantly students, and we'll have an interaction and try to answer some of the questions and see if I can clarify their doubts and help in their career professional development. The topic for the today is life skills for success. It's a very, very pertinent and important topic for all of us. And I'm quite emotionally connected because life skills are your people skills, soft skills, and your behavioral skills, and your essential skills. The latest nomenclature for life skills is essential skills. They're so essential that they are essential for all professions, not just engineering graduates. So they ensure, they provide, and they ensure success. That is the reason why I termed my short session as a life skills for success. Well, so what are these skills, how to acquire them, and what are these skills and how to acquire, and what actually the significance of these life skills for professional development and personal development for a student or for a young professional in his or her life or the profession. We try to see some of the aspects, and they're all my experiential learning. And most of it actually I learned from my students while teaching in the 5 years, and that is the job I have been doing in Savita. Savita, is a big group, and we have 10 colleges, and we have 2 engineering colleges, and all that. You are aware of that. Well, so what are these life skills? Life skills are also called essential skills, soft skills, and people skills. And we have other side of the coin, we have hard skills. Hard skills are your technology and domain skills, whereas your life skills and soft skills are the other side of your coin. Both are extremely important and equally important. And I say that we need to give a weightage of 50%, 50% for with both the skills. Then only we'll be able to groom, mentor a holistic professionals to the industry, to the nation, to the global industry, global village rather. That is very, very, very important. And let's see. Let's introduce and go to the basic introduction of what success is all about. As you know, friends, success is means different things to different people, and but the basic connotation from the dictionary, I have gathered some inputs from that are that success is an accomplishment of an aim or purpose, of an aim or purpose. You have certain aim to say become a doctor, engineer, or architect, or a lawyer, and you achieve it and successful. Then probably yourself you are successful. What else? And what is that beyond actually in meeting the purpose? We need to see. The process of acquiring skills to procure, retain, and progress in life may be called as success. A set of achievements and understandings and personal attributes that make individuals more likely to gain life skills and to be successful in their chosen life and their occupations. Is what actually Peter Knight and Manjor have said in a recent article to HBR. What is HBR? HBR Harvard Business Review. So a set of achievements and traits actually. The life skills or rather soft skills are also called personality and behavioral traits that help somebody in interacting with other people in a friendly and harmonious manner. These are the skills that make people to interact with the people in a very professional, friendly, and very meaningful manner. They are very, very important. And since I'm a teacher of life skills and I give equal importance, I also urge and request appeal to all the student community, whatever you're in first, second, or final year, please focus on that adequately beside along with your hard skills. Hard skills are your technology and domain skills. Success in life is not a product, it's a continuous process. You know that we can't say that we are successful and then we can relax and lay back. You know, it is a continuous goalpost. It keeps changing. And it's an integration of ASK, attitude, skills, and knowledge. And your attitude and the skills you acquire and the knowledge you have on account of the skills and on account of your learning, on account of your experience is all about the success, ASK, attitude, skills, and knowledge. These three are the primary three tenets or components of success. Probably you might say that. Fine. Let's see. Learning for success. The most, friends, that when do we call a person an illiterate person? If he or she cannot speak, read, write, and speak, we call the person an illiterate person. Whereas Dr. Alvin Toffler, he said the most illiterate person of the 21st century is not the one who cannot read, write, and speak, but the one who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Learning, continuous lifelong learning is the mantra, and continuous lifelong learning is the crux of achieving success. Is what actually I strongly feel with all my exposure and experience so far. So you need to continue to learn. So learning has three dimensions: learn, unlearn, and relearn. You need to learn continuously, be a continuous lifelong perpetual learner. Unlearn whichever is the old and absolute body of knowledge, and then relearn whichever is latest and contemporary. These are the three dimensions of learning you are aware. So it's very, very important for any professional for that matter. Engineering profession is very, very pertinent, and I'm sure we are in engineering college now, and of course other professional students and other graduates or young professionals, senior professionals also probably watching webinar. I'd like to see these postulates or these pointers, inputs will be applicable to any profession or any professional, like a student or a professional who would like to scale up in the career ladder. Is very, very important, not just the engineer. Right. At this juncture, I would like to quickly touch upon the great man Archimedes, and then try to impress upon you the fact that I did recently somewhere, the very nature and the purpose of a profession called engineering. What is the very nature of engineering? Actually, there's a beautiful analogy. Like in 212 BC, Archimedes, Greek philosopher, and engineer and scientist and astrophysicist and basically physicist and mathematician Archimedes, we are aware of that. Somebody challenged him that, sir, you are such a great engineer and philosopher and mathematician. Can you move planet Earth and standing at a place? He said, yes, my friend, Give me a long enough lever and a place to stand, I'll be able to move the planet Earth, he said. That is, he conceptualized a concept uh, called principles of lever. That long rod-like structure is called lever, isn't it? He said, give me a long a lever and a place to standing on the Earth, the planet Earth, I may not be able to move it. So place to stand, I'll be able to move it. That's the kind of a analogy in confidence demonstrated by Archimedes, the great man. That is, he postulated a principles of lever. Principles of lever is that achieving something seemingly impossible or a complex or a magnanimous task with application of techniques, minimal methods, and technology may be called principles of lever. Here, he asked for a lever, a rod-like structure. For example, if I asked one of the students, like, can you move a big rock or a boulder on a ground? Said, sir, yes. Some students might try to see push use their muscle power and try to move it and may not be able to successful. A smart student will come and say that, sir, give me a long lever, a rod-like structure, and I'll be able to put underneath the big boulder or a rock and put a small pebble and uh, apply pressure on the other end of that lever, that rod-like structure rod. Then I'll be able to move the boulder. That is called principles of lever, where you can leverage principles of lever or leverage. You can leverage the complex task with the application of minimal techniques and methods and technology and processes and systems, whatever you call it, may be called principles of lever. This concept actually demonstrated by our great Archimedes, engineer, mathematician, physicist, has shown the seed for the exponential growth of engineering as a profession. And we have seen the first formed branches of engineering were mechanical and electrical. Electrical engineering and mechanical engineering, you know, friends, are the first formed branches of engineering. Later, the ECE, IT, CSC, and all that have been recent development in the past 1 or 2 decades. Otherwise, mechanical and electrical are the first formed branches of engineering. And in 1780 to 1850, we have seen industrial revolution, where you can see the huge development of the industries and gadgets and turbines and then mass production and machines and mass production and all that, and then mechanization all started. That's when actually the mechanical engineering has taken shape and grown, and then we are in the cusp of fourth industrial revolution, or we are in the knowledge era, where pointed by the advancement of technology, the rapid changes in the advancement of technology is causing rapid changes, abrupt changes, and this phenomena which we are passing through is called digital disruption. This technology is causing disruption, rapid changes, and that is when we are in a beautiful phase, and we are all very fortunate generation and people, friends. So we are in the era of digital disruption, and thanks to the exponential rapid changes and growth of technology, IT especially. This IT, don't think that is only a job of IT people. Yes, IT encompasses all branches of engineering. Today we have 12 to 15 branches of engineering, you know that. So basically, technology, so principles of lever, and then growth, and then we have electrical electronic engineering and mechanical, then we have machines and mass production, then we have computers, and we have IT, and then we are in the era of digital disruption. That's how the actually growth has been exponentially grown. And then mentioned that the very nature of an engineer as a professional is that if you ask me, sir, a lot of people are joining engineering. In my generation, actually, people used to take BA, BCom, BSc, and all that. They're all older generation people, and today every third person is opting to talk engineering. And you say, why are you doing engineering? Why do you want to become engineer? And what is your vision, short-term, long-term goal, and why? What is your big purpose in life? Probably half of them may not be able to articulate. Said, I joined because my beloved friend has joined, my neighbor has joined, like my uncle has asked me to join, or my parents have forced me to join, or something like that. You should not be a case like that. You should do anything with a strong degree of passion. So therefore, later the engineering, the definition that was been given was that engineering is all about working with the data. When data refined becomes information. When information put to use, it becomes knowledge, and the knowledge
Sir,
gives you
excuse me, sir.
skills. Yes, madam.
Sir, your screen is not perfectly clear because the few parts are hidden.
Uh, that's what, madam. Actually, it is giving some messages. I I really don't know how to make it full screen. Uh,
So those parts are not visible here, sir.
that I know even I am unable to see, madam, and uh, maybe that student will be able to help us. Sir, Radhakrishna sir, will
Sir,
you be able
some
to help us?
across the close link will be there, sir. Somewhere it will be hidden. Somewhere now it has moved. Now it's okay. Again, there is one more thing.
Yes, madam. So you you are screen sharing and live and stop and see as the people participating and joining, it is showing this kind of a message,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
I don't know. So I think I helpless over here. I don't know what to how to do that.
Now it has gone, sir. One more thing is there in the right side.
Right side. That needs to be
Yeah.
centrally done by you, ma'am. I can't do it, ma'am.
No, sir.
Uh, well, ma'am,
Now
is
it's
it okay
okay.
now?
Now it's okay, sir.
Okay,
Fine,
ma'am.
sir.
It's
Fine,
fine
fine,
now.
sir.
Thank you very much. But anyway, probably are you able to see me, ma'am? You able to see my video?
Now everything is clear, sir. Go ahead,
Are,
sir. Go
are you
ahead.
able to see me in the
Yes,
video?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Fine. Then I'll go ahead. Thank you. Okay, sir. So engineering is all about working with data. Data when refined becomes information, and then when you put the information to use, it becomes your knowledge, and what you and the knowledge actually gives you the required skills for the professional development. So they say that engineering is all about your data and acquisition of knowledge and rational conclusions, application of knowledge, innovation, and that all resulting into problem solving. Engineering resulting into problem solving. Therefore, engineering is a problem solving skill. I just put a small equation that said engineering is a problem solving skill. In other words, we can say that E equal to PSS or PS square. That is engineers, the very engineers whom we are grooming, mentoring, and churning out every year from our colleges and academic institutions are meant for solving the simple and complex problems of the society and make this world a better place. That's the very purpose of an engineer. I request all the students to feel proud that you are an engineer because you are going to make a difference. You are going to do the problem solving and make this world a better place. And thanks to our predecessors who have contributed a lot to the development of this particular profession called engineering. And you people are still going to add to it and contribute to the much more advancement of engineering as a profession and make this world a better place. Therefore, engineering is a problem-solving function equal to PSS or PS square. And as an engineer, your job is to solve the simple and complex problems of the society and make this world a better place. That's what actually I'd like to give as an introduction so that you kindly, I would like to set a scene, context setting, and with our students, especially to see that you feel proud that you are an engineer and acquire the right skills, both hard and soft skills. Especially today, we are talking about life skills, which are extremely important for our professional and personal lives. And please let us focus on that. And hard skills, anyway, your mentors, your teachers, and professors are regularly teaching you in the classrooms. Anyway, so learning for success. Learning has three dimensions: learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay, fine. Now let us. Uh, uh, yes, sir. Is my screen moving, sir?
Yes, sir.
Radhakrishnan,
Yes, sir.
sir?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, fine. Let's quickly get going. What industry wants from these young graduates or rather the students? What the industry wants? I just put up some thoughts over here that industry rather institutions appreciate skilled and deployable candidates, and they need to be skilled and deployable right in the college, right in the academic institution itself, and they're restless and they don't have luxury of time to wait and provide training and training to the students when they come to their organizations or their companies to the industry. They're actually, when I was started my life, I spent about 16 years in IT industry, and when the beginning of my career in IT industry, we used to have 1 year, 8 months to 1 year of ELTP training. ELTP stands for Entry Level Technology Professional Training. That is a freshers training for young graduates in Satyam or TechM. And now, today, it is only 1 month. See, they are truncating or shrinking the training period to 1 month because that they would like to what is called save the cost of training that they have spent it otherwise in the remaining the months. And they are demanding, asking all the academic institutions, more so colleges, to impart these skills while in the college itself, in the 7th or 8th semester itself. That's why the industry academia coordination and collaboration is extremely important and critical and crucial. And they have been asking, it very well, that college management to incorporate these skills in the 7th, 8th semesters and come prepared before coming to that, so that they do a brush up for a few weeks or a max of 1 month, and then they should be skilled, deployable, and ready to go kind of a candidate they are looking for. They look for a judicious mix of soft and hard skills that includes emotional intelligence and intelligence quotient, emotional quotient and intelligence quotient, EQ and IQ. So I told you about hard skills are your technology and domain skills, and the soft skills are your people skills, life skills, and your essential skills. And we'll see what they are, and they are very, very critical and very, very important, friends. These all constitute the host of life skills. Along with that, you need to have a great degree of emotional intelligence, rather EQ, emotional quotient, and apart from your intelligent quotient. There is a great best-selling author called Daniel Goleman. He wrote a book 30 years ago called Emotional Intelligence. He in the book, he mentioned that EQ is greater than IQ. EQ is greater than IQ. Friends, emotional quotient is very, very important. We need to be very strong emotionally, and we should harbor, nurture greater emotional quotient. The intelligent quotient is important. I'm not saying no, but EQ is greater than IQ is what actually Dr. Daniel Goleman said in his book. That's the bestseller till today. We take New York Times and the Guardian Times and all, and every year they give a list of bestsellers. It will be there in the top 5 every year. That's the kind of a book I'm talking about, Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. Currently, Indian students and youngsters have immense energy but lack the right direction and to grab the opportunity. Probably they need to be mentored, groomed, and directed, and probably nurtured in a right way, so that they'll take the opportunities. Otherwise, they're skilled, they're raring to go, they're enthusiastic, they're inquisitive, and they're very, very smart people. I have great regard for the current Gen Y and these millennials rather. They're very good, and they require a bit of a direction. They're looking for right educated mentors to guide them. And I give one startling finding. You may be aware, or if you're not aware, please, it is a concern, and please take it probably much more seriously and work on the improvement of the skills. Especially we are talking today about life skills. 70% of the engineering graduates in India are unemployable. They lack employability skills. What is employability? Employability is a concept of procuring employment, retain the employment, and get the career progression. The employment is called employability. So 70% of that, in fact, I put a modest figure. And if you see who has done it, this survey, there is a company called Aspiring Minds that started 10 years ago by IIT graduates, IIT Madras graduates. It's called Aspiring Minds. And they do every year employability index or employability skill survey every year, especially among engineering colleges. We have 4,200 engineering colleges approximately in India. And then they give this kind of a report or a proportion. And it is 75 or 80, or I don't know. Currently, it's I'm just average, probably will take a 70%. So the employability is all about procuring employment, retaining the employment, and get the career progression. What are those employability skills, sir? We'd like to learn them and be there in that 30% of the safe zone is what actually is your question. Life skills enhances employability and success is what actually, friends, that is why we are talking about life skills. Your life skills, if you are good at your life skills, that enhances your employability, ability to procure employment and acquire with the help of the skills. With the help of the skills, it may be called as employability. Life skills enhances success and employability. I can very strongly say, I stay very confident and strongly because I have learned from the surveys of Harvard University and Stanford University. Harvard University has said that 85% of the career growth and progression depends upon the interpersonal skills and teamwork, ability to work as a good team player in the organizations. And Stanford University has gone one step ahead and said 87% of the career progression depends on your communication, interpersonal skills, and leadership and team working skills. Therefore, the surveys are time and again are ratifying that employability is a very, very important thing, and these skills, life skills enhances the employability. Okay, fine. Let's see what are the expectations again. Expectations from the industry. Industry, as we just said, that require a judicious amalgamation of both hard skills and soft skills. Industry experts plug and play employee. They expect that students, the young graduates or young professional graduate today. I mean, let's talk about say engineers today, and it applies to, of course, all walks of all professionals rather. But since we are talking about our engineering graduates today, let us focus on that. Industry expects a plug and play. The moment you come, you could plug and play and without much of a orientation or a training, because training is a great investment and it is a great expenditure or cost probably organizations may think about. I told you, right? The 1 year of ELTP freshers, I used to head the ELTP training in Techam, Chennai for several years. ELTP means entry level technology professional training. That is also called freshers training. And if you provide for 1,000 people, if you have to provide a ELTP training for a 1 month, it costs several lakhs to the company. So you imagine for the 6 months to 1 year, several crores. This is what actually is a huge organizations would like to save money or save costs. And probably organizations are definitely they respect and they love investing in learning. But they say that these skills, these technologies, these programming technical skills, they are supposed to learn in the college. Why should we train them again? That's the reason why they're demanding the college management to impart these skills while in the college itself. That's why there's an excess and there is a constant demand from the industry is to the management of the colleges is to impart these skills while in the college. That's why they can come and plug and play, as soon as they join the industry with a little orientation. That's it. Probably maximum few weeks to 1 month. First day, first hour productive, because industry wants the employees to come on the first day and be productive on the first day, first hour productive from their employees. If you are skilled and you're ready, that's the reason why 7th semester, campus drives happen. They roll out a offer letter, interim offer letter, and then they give a what is called learn from home module, e-learning link, and they conduct 4 or 5 assessments, and they ask you to clear that with 70 or 80 percentile. And then once those students, those can while in the 7th, 8th semester who clear that learn from home modules only will be called to the company first, though you are selected and given an interim offer letter. The others who are not clear, they say you please clear and come slowly later. That's why it's very critical and very, very important. That's what I have done, and we have done it in Tech Mahindra. So, and they require a well-rounded, holistic professionals with the right skills and attitude. It's very important. Skills are important, isn't it? Friends, what is engineering? Engineering is not a paper with piece of paper with 8.5 CGPA or a gold medal or a centum or with a certificate. Certificate is just a paper. They require a whole. Engineering is all about skills. Engineering is a problem-solving skill, and if you have a degree without skills, probably it is the most detrimental and most harmful, friends. Therefore, please acquire the skill. Always introspect. Am I growing day by day, month by month, year on year, year after year with the right skills that are needed and expected by the industry or not? Is an introspection or question you have to put to yourself, friends. That's very, very critical and important. They require well-rounded, holistic professionals with the right skills and attitude. Attitude is very critical, isn't it? It's very, very important. I think you know enough about attitude. And if I say 2-3 quotes, and you'll realize the much more importance of the attitude. The attitude, as you know, determines your altitude in life. Attitude can be your best friend or worst enemy. If you have a positive attitude, that acts as our best friend. If you have a negative, cynical attitude, that itself works as a worst enemy for us. And HR or recruiters or HR means human resource professionals. We are responsible for hiring, training, and employee engagement, salary processing, and exit formalities, welfare measures, and all. The department of any company, any MNC, multinational company, IT or non-IT, IT or core. I'm talking about entire industry, IT or core. Though I worked long innings in IT, this applies to everybody. So they say that we hire for attitude and train for skills. Recruiters and HR are saying that they are hired for attitude and train for skills. If a person with a 7.5 CGPA or 7.0 CGPA with a positive thinking, good communication, good at the fundamentals or basics of their particular his or her subject, and good at adaptability, good team player, basic leadership skills, and learnability, and a good positive orientation towards life, and time management, team working. All this, most of these skills and a good degree of intelligence, they prefer this candidate than a person who is having 90% or a university topper or a gold medalist. But by any chance, if that person harbors or goes with a negative, cynical attitude, probably overconfidence or superiority complex or overconfidence and a cynical attitude, they won't select that person. They select the first person, the A, than the B. That's why they say that we hire for attitude, because it's very simple, friend. Training a person on the attitude is a humongous task, because they don't have that much of a time and luxury. Because as I said, they want first day first productivity, and they are plug and play employees, and attitude has to stem from the family, upbringing, school, college, all these stages, and then when you come to the company organization level, they don't want really spend time and their investment or money on training and polishing the attitude of the candidates. So the student, a candidate. Therefore, you should go with a positive, holistic, and very, very healthy, very optimistic attitude, friend. That is very, very critical. If you ask me, sir, what is one life skill on the top dozen life skills, I'll say attitude, positive attitude. And that's why they say that We hire for attitude and train for skills. Skills, for example, I require Java, ASP, EJB, Struts, Hibernate, Angular JS. I have 1 month training in my company, ELTP training. I used to bring them to the classroom, and soon after they complete in their college, campus to college transition. In that 1 month, I train them in the what is called ADO.NET or Hibernate or JSP, whatever is required for my projects. After during the second month, I give the training, and then I deploy them into the project. It's very, very important. So that skilling I have anyway provision, and we still have a time for that, and we have at least 1 month of training for that. Therefore, please go with a wonderful positive attitude. Is it? This mantra, we hire for attitude and type of skills, is a new normal. Our attitude can be our best friend or worst enemy. I told you. We are nurturing. Are we nurturing friends? We need to, especially the academicians and teachers community, we need to put an introspection and ask ourselves: are we really nurturing a holistic professionals who are job ready, life ready, society ready? Our job is our job is not just to make them ready to get a job, a couple of offer letters from a top multinational companies. No, we need to prepare them and get them ready for life, journey called life. We need to prepare them for life in the journey through by imparting various employability skills and life skills and soft skills and people skills. In the process, when they learn these life skills, in the process they definitely bag a couple of definitely offers from the top multinational companies. That will automatically will happen, friends. That is very, very important. Now let us go to the next slide. Industry experts. We are, friends, we are in a VUCA world. VUCA stands for VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain. The current world is called VUCA world. VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. That is, the world is volatile, ever evaporating, uncertain, lack of certainty, complex, lack of simplicity, ambiguous, lack of clarity. So we need to go with how to tide over this VUCA world. We should have vision for the company and understand the situation and market reality and emerging technology development and in the market environmental situations. Whatever you are in the mechanical, civil, ECE, IT, or whatever the domain, biotechnology, whatever. They ask for a multivariate skills, including foreign language skills, and industry expects all this. And they say that they look at, they expect both Mother Teresa and Sylvester Stallone in one person. They require a strong, very humane, kind, and empathetic, and a great Mother Teresa kind of a person, very nice, kind-hearted, nice person, and a strong, robust, and extremely scalable, and very strong, and a very, 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 very person like Sylvester Stallone. They require amalgamation of both Mother Teresa and Sylvester in one person. That's all. They have great demands from the people. That's why the interviews is a long process. When an interview starts at the morning 8 o'clock, it goes up to night 10 o'clock also. You know it very well. I'm sure you have been hosting campus drives. And the world looks for people with integrity, authenticity, and empathy is very, very critical and important. Let's come to that. We'll see more about the integrity and in the later slides. And we'll see what it is and how we can talk about these aspects. And disruption in the tech-savvy digital world. There's a lot of disruption. As I told you, digital disruption is all about rapid changes happening with the advent of technology. And I gave a few examples here so that you are already familiar with that and you have been using it. Ola and Uber are the largest travel company in the world without owning a single cab. Airbnb is the largest hotel chain in the world. I'm talking about, please think global, act local. As an engineer, you are a global professional, friends. So please don't think about Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, or Pune, Noida. You think global, and probably wherever you get opportunity, you can act local. Airbnb is the largest hotel chain in the world. Google is a synonymous with search engine, and Google is a virtual or a digital library these days. And Facebook, Alibaba, Netflix, these are all the developments, and these are all actually examples of digital disruption. And Google, we are not having in my generation. It's only 10, 15 years back we had Google. We have started using Google. And when I was in the university in MSc, my alma mater is Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. That's where I did my MSc, MBA over there. And we used to go to libraries and write reams of papers, and because there was no Google at that time. So you are a very lucky generation, friends. And industry invests a lot on emerging. Yeah, if they ask you in the interview what are the emerging technology trends happening in the IT space, we can probably give this answer. Not only IT, these technology trends, emerging technologies, encompasses all branches of rather engineering. They call NMAX. NMAX stands for Networking, Mobility, Analytics, Cloud, Social, or Security. NMAX is called Technology Strategy for Business Transformation. All our artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, robotics, expert systems, and all these are actually part of this NMAX, isn't it? Cloud, so network mobility analytics, cloud, social security is called, is an abbreviation, is an acronym called NMAX. SMAC or whatever. Some companies change names. NMAX may be called by TechM, and TCS calls SMAX, and Cognizant calls as MANAX or something like that. So we are in the era of digital disruption. Changes are happening thanks to technology, because change is the only constant. You know that change is the only constant. Change is the only permanent thing in life. And the great people say that there is a great CEO, ex-CEO of General Electric called Mr. Jack Welch. He passed away very recently, unfortunately. And he was in the helm of affairs for GE for 2 decades in 1980 to 2000. And he changed the GE from $5 billion to $550 billion. He's a great business leader. He said that change when you want to, rather when you have to. For example, the college management is anticipating a change from December in process and systems of your institution. Get ready, friends, to get changed in the November itself. Why wait until December? So change when you want to, not when you have to. December anyway, you have to change, because they would have taken a decision probably which is beneficial to all the stakeholders of the institution. Therefore, please change when you want to, not when you have to. It's very, very important. If you don't change, what will happen? If you pose resistance, if you have a complex, if you have an attitudinal issue, if you don't change with the rapid changes along with the times and technology, we get outdated, obsolete, and we will become irrelevant. We'll be on the roads. I'll give several examples. I know in my TechM and Satyam, a lot of people are emotionally attached to mainframes, legacy systems, or CAS, DB2, and COBOL and all that. And there are several HR provided several opportunities and training programs to train them, reskill, upskill, cross-skill them into open source systems like Java, .NET, and all. They pose resistance that they have not gone to change it. They wanted to, they love COBOL, CACS, and all that. They didn't like to get trained. And eventually, what happened? The customers who are using the legacy systems have come down. Percentage now only 3 or 4% in the entire global scenario using mainframes. And therefore, they tolerated for 6 months to 1 year. HR said that, my friends, we've given you opportunity. You're not upskilled and cross-skilled to the open source system. We don't have a work or a projects in your technology. Can you please tap some other door? That's how I have seen many people losing jobs. So if you don't adapt to change, we will, it's risky for us, friends. We become outdated, obsolete, and we become irrelevant, and we lose our employability. We are in the era of continuous lifelong employability, friends. We need to be employable till your lifetime, probably 100 years. And if you don't adapt to changes, what will happen, friends? We'll join dinosaur clan. What does it mean? What happened to dinosaur? I'll tell you this point more in the change management. Anyway, the current generation of the employees are called TSC, digitally savvy employees. They are called Gen Y. Gen Y or other millennials, whatever we call it. Because they are the people, they ask questions, why this, why that, why do we do it that way? Why this process, why system? Is there any better way of doing things? Actually, they're very intellectuals and they're very, very, very smart people. Their intention of asking why is to see that whether we can improve the process and system of the organization. Maybe they may ask you similar questions in the academic institutions as well. Very good. So they are digitally savvy employees with a great degree of passion and ambition. They have, friends, we need to nurture and go with a great degree of passion. If there is no passion, there is no place in Satyam, they used to say in my earlier company. So we need to, what is passion? The love and regard for greater respect for whatever you are doing is called passion. We need to work with a great degree of passion, not ordinary passion, fire in the belly passion. And you need to work with a great ambition. Please be very ambitious. Have a fire in the belly passion and be ambitious and come up in life. Don't settle for BPO, KP for 10K or 8K or 12K jobs. I mean, I'm just saying as a general statement, please don't take me wrong. So please have a great degree of ambition. Say that you need to hit a good company, a good job from a top multinational company. Whatever it takes, you learn that, you skill yourself, you acquire those skills and hit a wonderful your dream job from your dream company. That should be our approach and attitude. Keep running to yourself. If you know, we have to keep changing. If we don't change, we will become irrelevant and we join the dinosaur clan. And we need to. It is like a running on the treadmill. If you stand on the treadmill, what will happen, friends? We will fall down. Similarly, it is like we should keep on running on the treadmill to be on the same place. Disruption in the learning. What kind of? I said learning is one mantra that gives you success, and that contributes to success. There could be probably other mantras also. Let us today harp on this. And disruption in the learning space, I told you that learning organizations, probably some academic institutions as well, especially when you go to corporate life, they call you once in 2 months to the classroom Each and every multinational company will have a beautiful big learning center with 300 faculty that have come from IITs, IIMs and NITs and BITS and all that. And it is nothing short of a corporate university. And the place I work in TechM, it's a corporate university. We had 300 beautiful, globally renowned, wonderful faculty. They are teaching all these technology skills, and they impart technical learning. Rather, training is a world connotation, friends. We train dogs and we give learning to humans. That's why multinational companies are never using the word training. Training is a world nomenclature. Currently, we have to talk about learning. Learning is a bidirectional process, and because the onus is on both the parties. Teachers are facilitators for you. The 50% of the onus responsibility lies with you also, friends. That is very, very important. So it is a very, very important that the organizations will look at the things like that. So it's a dire need to otherwise become redundant, and they look for a blended learning of combining both online and traditional learning scenarios. And they look for, and one of the online learning scenarios actually for we are very fortunate generation, and you all have a lot of free resources available in the web. Internet is a global virtual digital library. We have MOOCs. What is MOOCs? Massive open source online content. Coursera, Simply Learn, Udacity, Pluralsight, NPTEL. What is NPTEL? National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning. MHRD, Ministry of Human Development, called all the directors, about 10 IIT directors, to the boardroom Delhi, and they said that, my dear directors of IITs, kindly roll out free courses to all the engineering and other professional students in the entire India. Rather, anyone can take from globally as well, not only India. Especially let us focus on our country. NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced, and these IIT directors have rolled out hundreds and hundreds of free technical programs in various branches of engineering. I hope you are aware of it. I am sure that some of you are, I expect half of you would have done this NPTEL certifications and programs. They're all free. And the courses are free. 6 months, 8 weeks are college programs. And if you require certification to clear that exam and get a beautiful e-certificate, and you need to pay 1,000 rupees, and then they call you to a nearby college, and then a proctored in a big lab in a big college, and then they conduct a test. Once you clear the test with some 50-60% required percentage, you will get a beautiful. They courier you a beautiful laminated beautiful certificate. And that is why NPTEL, I request all of you to please go to nptel.edu.in. NPTEL National Program, I am sure you may be aware. If you're not aware, kindly do this. Some of the free courses from NPTEL, and pay that little money. 1,000 rupees is a very nominal money these days, because that you are spending for going to movie or a hotel for a dinner. So pay that, and then acquire this. These certifications from organizations like NPTEL, taught by none other than IIT professors, will act as your differentiator and gives you edge compared to others in the interviews tomorrow, friends. Very, very important. I am proud to say that I have 4 NPTEL certifications in the area of life skills, in the area of emotional intelligence, leadership, and general management, and POM, TQM, and all that. I am doing still 2 more programs. How to get people to learn anywhere, anytime, anywhere on their own, anyhow, anywhere is the challenge for both academicians on online and offline mode. I appreciate the efforts of organizations imparting the learning and participants who are learning savvy, and is why actually we have joined this particular program today. Thank you for that. And again, we'll get going. And emerging workplace look for you as part of their skills, rather life skills. They look for you. They look for research and development orientation from the new graduates, rather students. The moment you come to final year, it will fly like anything. You know that you are very busy. You are busy with projects, and you are busy with the placement drives. So kindly learn from the first year onwards itself, friend. First year onwards, you focus on it and keep learning. Lifetime employability. Emerging workplace expected life. I told you that we are there of lifetime employability. We say that yes, I have acquired skills. I completed BTech or MTech, and with 8.5 GPA, I have 5 certifications. It's not enough. It's not the end of the road. We should be like that, isn't it? Example, I know Java, and I got a job in, say, for example, TechM, and if I don't, TechM, Java will go away after 5 years, and some other new technology will come. For example, if I don't learn that new programming language, I lose my job, isn't it? I told you the example of COBOL as well. So I need to be in the era of lifetime employability. We need to be employable till our lifetime. Measure for improvement. You need to keep on improving yourself, and through upskilling, reskilling, and cross-skilling. and keep on learning. Teams or organizations prefer, workplace prefer a great team working trait or a characteristic or a skill from you. Then individuals are important. I'm not saying no, but multinational companies, all global organizations, they do projects, small to bigger, large projects. A small team of 10 people to their projects with of 10,000 people. You know that. The place I work, I have 2 lakh employees, and see the whole the ocean. In India, the big brother of, for example, IT is the TCS. It has about 3.5 lakh employees. Imagine. And I think it is a market capitalization is the third largest IT company in the world as well. TCS, we are really proud of TCS. And it's providing a employment opportunity to 3 lakh employees. Of course, 30-40% of them are different nationalities from various countries as well. So they prefer teams because projects are executed. You work as a team in the projects and succeed as a team in the projects. That's why projects are not done by single individual; they are done by the teams of people. And they look for the employees or the graduates who are good to balance both high tech and high touch. That is, should be good at tech savvy, technology savvy, and you should nurture the technology. At the same time, you should also good at these life skills and build up relationship. Be empathetic, have a good communication, have good team working skills, and have good emotional intelligence, and be a good team player and leadership skills and learnability, adaptability, and negotiation skills. All these are really being expected, and especially building a strong relationship through networking initiative is what is called high touch. So leadership and adaptability, you need to be adaptable. Otherwise, we just say that we soon join dinosaurs. Friends, so we'll see one more point when you come to that slide. It's very, very important. Learning, because emerging organization, I'm sure all of you, I request all of you to aim very high. And I sincerely pray that you all should go to top MNCs and get your jobs in your dream companies of your choice, and then lead a great, meaningful professional life. That's my wish and prayer for you. So organizations want to be learning organizations because they would like to, as I told you, each and every multinational companies, they top 20, 30 multinational companies, for example, even if it's a smaller mid-sized company, they have a big learning organization, and a learning infrastructure, and they spend billions and millions of dollars on that, and they invest a lot on, they have 200 to 300 faculty, and they keep on giving training program, and because they claim that they are learning organization, because they keep on learning and learning on new technologies, and for example, waterfall method of project management happening till 5 years ago, and today all customers are demanding the projects to be done in agile method. That agile method, the training is happening, and there are a lot of sessions are happening with the help of this corporate university or the learning center in all the multinational companies. The place I work is called TMLW. TMLW stands for Tech Mahindra Learning World. I told you we should not use the word training. It is era of learning. So they want to be learning organized because they want to claim to their customers that, sir, we invest 10 crores per annum on learning or 100 crores on learning. And we are a learning organization. We have these many faculty, professors, this infrastructure. We have these many labs and systems. So your project is in safe hands. If a new technology comes, we quickly impart learning to the software engineers, our associates, and then we take care of your project. Please give your account or a project to us. So all the top global companies give projects only to the learning organizations. That's very important. That's why we need to be a learning organization. It's very like paradigm. Like paradigm is they want people want Gen Y people expect an open and honest communication from their employers. Challenging work, they don't want a boring work. They want the work to be challenging. They want support to the learning. For example, they expect organizations have to support their training and higher education. For example, TCS, IBM, Accenture, Infosys, Tech Mahindra, HCL, Cognizant. Take the top 10 companies in India, for example. They all support your learning. If you do certifications in technologies, if you do some MSSC, Master of Science in Software Engineering from, of course, they have tied to the BITS Pilani and other centers of excellence. And if you do that program, even they have MIT and such global Harvard, such global universities as well. If you do the programs, half the fee they reimburse. Certifications, 30,000-40,000 rupees. MS, for example, MSJP, SCJP, Sunset Java programmer, they give all the full entire reimburse the full 40,000 or 50,000 rupees. That's called support to learning. That's what actually the Gen Y expects from the organization. Because all the organizations are doing that. Because after all, if I learn, I acquire a Java certification, that knowledge I'm going to use to my company only, right? Therefore, they support, and once I clear it and show the certification, they reimburse my investment. The respect and recognition from the employer is very good. You need to respect that. You should treat them well. Otherwise, Every year they hop, and these youngsters are very, very volatile. And to make a difference and grow, they want to make a difference. They want to add value. They are very bubbly. They are enthusiastic. They are inquisitive, and they are very ready to grow. And they are great. They are good people. They are really intellectual people. They like, but at the same time, they don't want to get stagnated. They want to make a difference and grow in the career.
சரி, இந்த மெயில் எப்ப வந்திருக்குது? ஜூலை 3, 7:38 நேற்று ஈவினிங் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்காங்க.
Sir, some cross talking is happening. I request to keep in the mood.
Hello.
Sir, I request keep in the mood. Okay, sir. Thank you. So, Gen Y, the advice, the whole this hookah world gives to them is, if opportunity does not build a door, what Dr. Alvin Toffler has said that. Gallup, in the last year, Gallup is a global market research company that does a lot of, like our aspiring minds, does the MCAT exams in all the engineering colleges in India. Gallup does the skill indexing, and every year, every 2 years survey. They said that this emerging, the youngsters, the workforce need to have, these are the 21st century skill indexes listed over here. I brought some skills are listed over here. They need to be seamless collaboration. They need to collaborate and work as a good team player. Knowledge construction. They need to have a great skilled communication. Friends, communication is very, 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 very important, friends. 70% of the engineers are unemployable. It pains my heart. Seriously, friends, it is a source of concern for all of us. That's a survey. I'm not saying that. And friends, to our college, we bring 80 MNCs every year. All multinational companies for placement drives. And if they don't select, and if you ask them, sir, why are you not selecting a particular student or students, and the first and foremost reason they give you, sir, they're not opening their mouth in the GD, they're not opening their mouth in interview room, and they're not able to understand my question, not able to articulate, they're not able to articulate properly about the project they have done with their own hands. And so they lack communication skills. How do you expect me to hire them, sir? Please don't interfere in our process. I'm sure you know it very well. Therefore, the first and fundamental lacune we all need to fill the gap and improve upon and work upon very hard is communication. Communication is very critical. We'll see more about it in the next slide. Global awareness, think global, act global. You as for example, a CSC student, you should know what is the global trends happening in the emerging technology trends happening in the industry as far as IT is concerned. And am I aware of this? Am I know something about networking, mobility, analytics, cloud, social security? Have I worked on AI, artificial intelligence, big data, Adobe, data science, or Internet of Things? I know something about that. If there's a question on what is AI and what are the applications, or have you used it, or what is your perception on that, you will be able to answer at least, right? Self-regulation and learning. We need to actually be a good, continuous, lifelong learner. And you need to have regulate and have a strong emotional intelligence to conduct self-development and self-regulation and solve real-world problems. I told you that engineer very job is problem solving, equal to PSS or PS square. Engineering is a problem-solving skill. Though every year, every month on month, kindly ask yourself, am I acquiring these skills and growing meaningfully to get my degree to become an engineer? Is what the introspection I request all of you to make. And being entrepreneurship, some of you, I'm sure, are interested to become entrepreneur and become entrepreneur and start a small venture, a company of your own, and become a job giver instead of job seeker. That's what also actually the skills are expected. I'm sure I wish many of you become entrepreneurs and start actually to become a job giver than job seeker as well. It's also good actually. Google and all started as a small entrepreneurs by isn't it? These people. And what happened finally? Now it is a big corporate conglomerate and a big top multinational dream company and the best place to work, and all global awards Google is getting now. So that's a kind of a top MNC. I mean, that's so everything starts with small. So you should develop the nurture that entrepreneurial skills, and if you want to try something on you, please, why not? Nothing wrong in that. Professional competencies, your communication, effective listening, we'll see. Manage with the integrity and authenticity. Integrity is authenticity very, very important. As far as integrity, work on value system and ethics are concerned, you should be 10 out of 10 and nothing short of it. You should say, for example, they ask you a tricky question like, how do you rate yourself in the integrity in 1 to 10 point scale? For example, someone asks you in the interview, you should say, sir, I say 10 out of 10. I don't compromise anything. My integrity and my value system and my ethical values and integrity are 100%. I nurture it and I give 10 out of 10 or 100% or nothing. You don't say 9 or 8 and all that. They say that, okay, 10% you will be compromised and probably can I trust this candidate, this person. So being authentic is all about integrity and trustworthiness and being dependable, being adaptable and work with value system and being ethical. That's about authenticity. Recently, before COVID, Accenture Vice President HR came for our drive and he picked up some people from students in our college, and I asked them, sir, we had lunch with them and said that online test was over by then, and you know all this very well. And lunch, I asked a simple question, sir. Now that these many people are selected for the interview, what do you look from our students in the interview generally? I'd like to know and probably inform them or probably look for the next batch of students. He said, nothing, sir. Two things, sir. Number one, they should be good at their basics of their fundamentals of their subject knowledge. If you are a ECE or CSE, EEE or mechanical or civil, your funda should be clear, number one. Number two, sir, we want them to be authentic, sir, nothing else. Authentic means being honest, sincere, ethical, trustworthy, and be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else, and be dependable, adaptable. That's called authenticity. So he said, nothing, sir, we want them to be, know their basics of this. Their subject, they should know basics very well. Other 4 years of studying, if you don't know fundamentals of computer science engineering, it's a problem, right? So therefore, and they need to be authentic and authentic. They should be honest and sincere, and authentic is very, very important, friends, isn't it? Very important. Once Hexaware HR came and asked, sir, what is that actually is happening, sir? What do you look from our students? Said, nothing, sir. Students need to be sincere, authentic, and candid. And similarly, he said similar thing. Good at their basics of subjects. Certain common sense questions like, what did you study in your 6th semester or 5th semester? They're not able to answer, sir. Subjects you studied in 7th semester or previous semester, 5th or 6th semester, they're not able to articulate properly, sir. That is the kind of a situation. Not all, sir, some percentage. So that's why please be authentic and learn all these things, please, in a hard way, because we see these people, and my wife is a HR professional. I'm proud to say that, and HR is in my house. So therefore, I know I have a great exposure to this, and also as a worker, worked as a head of TML, Technical Learning World. Technical Learning is a right arm of HR, Human Resource Development in TechM, and I was part of head of TMLW. I was taking care of the ELTP training as well as the general lateral training in the entire Tech Mahindra Chennai, and I was in the HR panel of TechM, and I used to go to 10 colleges in Chennai and around Chennai, and Pondicherry, Tirchi and all, and go for HR recruitment. I was part of the HR panel. That's why I'm able to tell you with that kind of a authenticity and confidence, friends. So please nurture these skills which are critical. Be logical and learn to research. Very well, you should have a good researching skills. Be logical. Set engineering is all about working with the data and working with logic, taking logical conclusions, application of knowledge, innovation, all resulting into problem solving. Problem solving, we should work with solution mindset, problem solving mindset, not problem identification mindset. 7 or 8 out of 10, they identify problem and they feel thrilled, and they say, oh my God, I identified a problem. You also have to go to, before going to your senior leader or your boss or your professor, and say that I identified a problem, sir, ma'am, professor. I think this is also a problem solution for that. Am I right? So if you go with the solution also along with the problem, your boss or your professor or your leaders will love you, respect you so much. Teamwork skills are very critical, friends. No more use I. It's all about we as ourselves, isn't it? If you are a leader, it's all about them, not about you anymore. So we'll see more about it. Demonstrate positive attitude and behavior is very important. And I told you about attitude and behavior, and it's all related to our behavior. Is a conglomeration of our skills, our emotions, our value systems, the way we nurture our personal values and ethics and integrity and authenticity. They all contribute to our behavior. As well, so be authentic and values driven is what very, very important. Social competence, sir, be responsible and adaptable. Be adaptable and be responsible. For example, your job is a Java coder. 9 to 6, you have to do Java coding. Thousands and thousands or hundreds of lines per day. And don't think that you write the code and you contribute to the small module, and 6 o'clock you shut down system, wash your hands and go away. No, be responsible. Go to your PM, project leader. PM is project manager. PM and say that, sir, I completed my work, and is there anything else to be done? Is anything you require me to do in our team? Is it okay? And how is the project moving? And we need my support. And 90% they say, thank you, good. Thanks for asking. Please go, get going. Come on, I'll take care. 10% cases there, some Ram is going slow. Why don't you please help him for 1 hour more? Thank you so much, and you are really kind of you. That is professionalism. That is called taking one extra step, extra mile. Going extra mile is very, very important, isn't it? So, and responsible and adaptable. Think out of the box. People, we need to think and take calculated risk and come out of comfort zone and think out of the box, friends, to become successful. Think out of the box. For thinking out of the box, Edward de Bono has said, lateral thinking, critical thinking, creative thinking. Edward de Bono is the father of lateral thinking. And for example, you go to Central Station in Chennai, there are four, five ways. Whichever is the shortest, fastest, and traffic-free zone, we take that, right? So, but thinking and various options and alternatives, analyzing, threadbare brainstorming, and come out with a probable, the best solution may be called, is what actually is required. That is what actually the lateral thinking is all about. Thinking out of the box and taking calculated risk, and learn to come out of your comfort zone, friends. So it's very important. You need to come out of your comfort zone and try to take, I don't want you to jump into a big risk, no. Take a calculated risk and develop your personal development, and you should know how to manage our own self. Personal management is important for all of us. I inculcate self-discipline here. Yourself, if you don't have self-discipline, how can we become successful? We should have greater self-discipline and greater emotional intelligence and greater degree of the life skills we are talking about. And collaboration and collaborate, participate, and respect diversity. What is diversity? Different gender groups or different working with different nationalities. Tomorrow, if you join an IT company, for example, you rub shoulders with 10 different nationalities, and you need to respect both male and female gender equally. And that is what actually we talk about. Gender diversity is a very big department in all top multinational companies. They invest crores of rupees to nurture diversity and promote diversity. It's very, very important, because all multinational companies, global companies, want to be equal opportunity employers. That's why they respect diversity. So you need to work with the 10 different nationalities tomorrow. You don't know. Tomorrow when you get to, for example, Capgemini, they don't know. They put you in Chennai, Hyderabad, Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, US, UK, Australia, Japan, or Africa. You have to go, and you need to go there and work with the different people and understand their culture and respect diversity and nurture cross-cultural sensitization and learn all. That's a great degree of learning, right? As youngsters in the first 5-6 years, you should be ready to travel, willing to go, and you should be adaptable and don't have any reservations and rigid preferences like, no, I want to work only in Chennai and all that. No, you should be ready to go. So persuasion and negotiation skills are very important. You need to persevere till you become successful. Persevere, follow up till you become successful is very, very important. Thomas Alva Edison, if you are not perceived, after 109th time, he wouldn't have invented electric bulb. He failed 109 times, and 110th time he invented electric bulb, isn't it? Approximate. I'm not sure about the exact number, but I'm giving a small example. Persevere is very, very important. I give one more example. If you boil water to 99 degrees, nothing will happen. If you increase the temperature over 1 more degree, and if it comes to 100 degrees, it will generate steam, vapor, and that moves turbines and gas engines and rail engines, isn't it? That is the power of that 1 degree. They request you to nurture and work with that 1 degree more. That's called 1 degree more attitude. And take one step extra ahead and work with 1 degree more attitude. That is very, very important. That's lacking, because most of us will give up at 98, 99 degrees or 97 degrees, and we say that this water doesn't generate steam. No, we should have patience and perseverance till you become successful. They say you do whatever it takes to win the race. Alas, the last mile is uncrowded. For example, 10 people are running in the 10 kilometer marathon, for example. By the time they come to ninth mile, you have to compete only with 2-3 people. 7-8 people will have dropped out. So therefore, the last mile is uncrowded. So work with passion, perseverance, and 1 degree more attitude. And the greater listening skills, you should be great listener. Most of the time, we are not good listeners, friends, probably including me. And we are only hearing, we are not really. What's the very purpose of listening? The very purpose of listening is understanding, not just replying. Most of the times we listen to reply or respond. No, we need to listen to understand the message. That's very, very important. And end user orientation, you see what customer exactly wants and orient towards end user. And then great degree of emotional intelligence. I told you about emotional intelligence. EQ is greater than IQ. Emotional quotient is so be emotionally very strong. In interviews, they ask you stress questions. They test your emotional intelligence and see that how you react in the stressful, they give scenarios. And so balance, don't lose heart, don't cry, don't get angry, don't shout at the interviewer, and all that. That's very, very important. They are testing your emotional intelligence. So please understand, be cheerful, work with a positive, optimistic outlook, answer, and you don't know, say that, sir, I don't know, and you can be candid, open-minded, be authentic. I will give one more example. For example, it happened actually. Practically, I can see some student. If they ask you, for example, do you know hibernate? Say that the answer should be like this. So I didn't get an opportunity of working in hibernate platform, hibernate programming platform or language, but I am good at core Java. Given an opportunity, I am a quick learner. Given an opportunity, I can learn hibernate on the job in a week's time or in a 2 weeks' time. Please claim and tell somewhere in the interview that you are a quick learner. Friends, industry loves learners, lifelong learners. They expect you to be a quick, lifelong learner. They expect you to be a speed learner. So your answer should be, sir, I have not worked in hibernate, but I am a quick learner. I can learn hibernate on the job to provide an opportunity on the job. On the job, then they provide that 1 month training, no? On the job in a week's time, sir. That should be your answer. So that they see that, yes, this candidate is openly, is very candid, open and frank enough to admit that he did not work on, he or she will work on hibernate, but he or she knows the core Java, which is enough, is important to work, learn hibernate. And anyway, we provide training. My project requires hibernate the second month. First month, anyway, I am going to train and bring them to lab and give them an exhaustive training in hibernate. Then that candidate gets hired. Very, very important. So, we are good, effective, efficient, world-class, and level 5 great global listener. Listening is to understand, not to reply. It's not about talking, it's about communication, not about talking, friends. It's all about, communication is all about, emotional intelligence. Communication is all about actually comprehensive, understanding, great listening, and responsiveness. It's very, very important. Communication can be equated to human breathing, friends. If you don't breathe for a few minutes, what will happen to our human body? Same thing will happen if you don't communicate, whether in academic life or a corporate life. So communication has two types, that, verbal and non-verbal communication. Communication has 4 elements, that, listening, writing, reading, and speaking. They call them as LWRS skills, I think you're already trained. L comes first. That's why they say God has given 2 ears and 1 mouth. So L comes first. Please listen. Be a great world-class listener. Listening is a great skill. I say that you should give 25, equaling weightage to all these 4 skills, LWRS skills. Please listen. Listen to understand, not just to reply. It's very, very important. And while communicating, be simple and see, you don't use your jargon or bombastic like just because you know great jargon and I don't try to be show off. And you explain the concepts in a very simple English. Dr. Albert Einstein said, skill to demonstrate simplicity. You need to be simple. If you cannot explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. That is, you should explain the things in a very simple terms so that any layman also can understand your concept or your project or your idea. If you don't have that capacity or that ability to explain it in a simple terms, you don't understand it well enough. This is what a great man Einstein has said. So use simple terms of words. It is very, very tough to be simple. Like really tough-minded people are really simple. They use simple language. For example, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His speeches, I'm sure you have heard about his speeches, probably live. Some of you are probably on YouTube. What kind of a very simple language, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, great man. I'll tell more about Dr. Kalam. Anyway, soft skills enhances employability. Communication we have just seen, and teamworking. Teamwork is very important. And I to just mention that projects are not done by individuals; they are done by teams. We work as a team and succeed as a team. There's a great business guru, management guru, business leader, management guru called Ken Blanchard. He said that he has taken team as an acronym. Acronym is abbreviation. He said team stands for together everyone achieves more. If you are together, everyone achieves more. That is, we need to be together. We have to hang together. Otherwise, we have to hang individually. So none of us is as strong as all of us. Let us work together. And industry expects world-class level team players. Success of not only defined by many such teams. For example, my previous organization, my employer, TechM, there was running 350 projects, 350 or 400 teams. such an organization defined by such great big teams. We work as a team and win as a succeed as a team. And the great man, the father of scientific management principles, of course, Henry Ford and Taylor, of course, this gentleman is a manufacturing giant. Henry Ford said, coming together is a beginning and working together is a success. You know that very well. And there's a great man called Patrick Lencioni. He's an author of a book called 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. He explained what are the dysfunctions, impediments, roadblocks that hamper the team spirit and make the team functional. That is the title of the book called 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. In that book, he started the book with a sentence. He said that it's not finance, strategy, or technology. It's the teamwork that gives competitive advantage, and it contributes to the success of an individual or an organization or a nation or a civilization. Very, very important. Your teamwork will make a great organization, and it make a great organization, a great nation. India is successful, and we become an economic superpower soon. And I mean, unless, how can we become unless we work as a strong team, isn't it? Similarly, we require globally also we all have to work as a team in order to mitigate and tide over and cure the current global pandemic, corona, isn't it? So teamworking is very, very important, friends. Is very, very important. Therefore, let's talk about leadership now. What is leadership, friends? Leadership is not attached to any position or a title or a designation or a degree. Leadership is a passion, not a position. Kindly don't think that director, manager, vice president alone are leaders. No, everyone can be a leader. Dr. Kalam calls each and every student is a leader, and is a very, very great visionary leader, people president, and rocket scientist, and great teacher. Dr. Kalam is my primary role model. I respect and nurture, and I try to emulate Dr. Kalam. And I am very fortunate enough to see him in Tech Mahindra live, and I met him. And I'm very fortunate in Satyam. I could see Bill Gates and Bill Clinton as well. I am really fortunate, and I thank God and my bosses and my previous companies for that. Dr. Kalam was a great experience for me, and says that all students are every student is a leader. Leadership is a passion, not a position. And if you take responsibility, ownership, and commitment, and overall accountability, you are a leader, friends. Each and every student can be a leader. You are a leader, and you are a strong leader, and you have as a leader who takes responsibility, ownership, and commitment for your life, for your studies, for your results, for your job, for your family, for a beloved country, India. You are a leader, and as a leader, you have the capacity, competency, capability to nurture and shape the destiny of the great nation India, and our country is awaiting the reshaping from you. Therefore, please become a great global and citizen for the country India. Then probably you can scale up and think as a global citizen. First of all, we have a bonus to contribute to the development of our beloved country India, isn't it? So you'll be strong leaders of tomorrow to the country. All students are the future leaders, right? Isn't it? Who can reshape the destiny of our country? There's a great man called John Adair. He wrote a book called Not Bosses But Leaders. The world has so many bosses. Boss try to boss over, try to what is called command and rule of the thumb, but command and control kind of a mechanism. Those days are gone. That's why he wrote a book called Not Bosses But Leaders. This is the era of leadership and leaders, not bosses. We don't want bosses, we need leaders. Time management, friends. So you know about time management very well, and so time is a precious resource, and each and every one of us, be the prime minister or a layman on the road or a teacher or a student, we all have 24 hours per day, and time management can be all life management, because, and if you live for 100 years, for example, if you break it down to years, months, and hours, only those many crores of or lakhs of hours we have in our kitty. Therefore, please be cautious, don't waste time. Importance of time management, 2 dimensions. One is important task and urgent task. Important tasks or activities are those activities that contribute to your goal and the overall purpose and your all objectives of you and your organization. Whereas urgent task may come to your head as a very pressing task that may or may not be able to contribute to your very purpose of you or your organization. Therefore, focus on important tasks is is the mantra. So all effective people spend time in Q2 quadrant 2. I have not shown the picture here. I guess you are seeing the time management quadrant or urgent and important matrix. In that Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Q2 is all about is about important but not urgent, where you have time to work, plan, organize, and delegate and do it at the same in your planned time and achieve the success. So smart people, effective people work on Q2, quadrant 2. And there's a principle called Pareto principle. There's a gentleman called Pareto. He called a principle called 80-20 rule or Pareto principle. Pareto principle, you know, friends, it says that 80% of our results come from 20% of our efforts. We need to find out that what are the 20% of the activities that contribute to the 80% of our results or effort. Very, very, very important. For example, 80% of the revenues, for example, TCS, come from 20% of their blue chip big customers, isn't it? All customers won't give the equal share of the pie or cake. Therefore, 20% of the big companies only contribute 80% of the revenue. Of course, any company focus on those 20% and they take extra care of those 20% of their blue chip customers. The bottom line is, in time management, don't be busy, friends, be productive. Don't try to be busy, be productive, and ask yourself, am I using time productively or not? And I love this beautiful statement of Michael Altschuler. He says that the bad news is time flies and the good news is you are the pilot. Time, we always say that I don't have time and the flying is flying away. Yes, but who are the pilot? You yourself are the pilot for your own time. And the way you manage and you leverage and optimize and maximize your time depends on your motivation and your capability, your skill and your ability. Therefore, the bad news is time flies, but the good news is you are the pilot. You are the pilot for your own time management. Therefore, please take care of that. Then adapt to change management. Adaptability to change is very, very important. And we just saw that the change is the only permanent thing in life. Everything is changing. Change is only constant. Change is here to stay. Change is good. Adopt change, understand change, embrace change, acclimatize to change. On change, we can speak for the full one session. Change is the law. Growth is optional. Choose wisely. Is what actually is the saying in as business leaders. HR professionals think that HR means the people who come for recruitment, the human resource professionals, think that people will be recruited on their ability to deal with change and uncertainty. Isn't it? It's very, very important. In the interview, they test all this, whether you are really adaptable to change or not. This is very, very important. And for example, TCS has world is uncertain. That's why TCS has a byline. If you see Tata Consulting Services, in below that, they have a small tagline called experience certainty. That is, it is telling that the existing and future employees that if you come and work with the TCS, you will have a certainty about your career, your learning, your job, and your career progression. For the customers, it is saying that if you are with TCS, you will be certain about your project and your project delivery on time within budget, and your confidentiality of information you are sharing with us as a vendor, isn't it? Charles Darwin is the father of evolution, the natural theory of evolution. He proposed 3 laws of evolution. You know that you studied in your school level in the biology. What are they? Struggle for existence, inheritance of acquired characteristics, and survival of the fittest. In the thousands of years ago, there was a phenomenon called struggle for existence. They are struggling for the existence because there was a less amount of food and environmental temperature, climatic conditions, and all that, and opportunities or whatever for the organisms. Those organisms that acquired inheritance of acquired characteristics, acquire the characteristics and skills and competencies and capabilities, have gone to the second stage, and those who have got that extra inherited acquired characteristics have gone to the third stage called survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. The fittest individuals who are having these skills, they got to the third stage, they are able to survive till today. So there are the survival of the, if Charles Darwin is alive, he would have said that this is the era of the survival of the most adaptable. You need to be adaptable, friends. Don't please pose resistance to change. Your college or your organization, MNC you are joining tomorrow, if he's having some process, rules, regulations, and processes and systems, kindly adapt to that. Please don't pose resistance, because there could be a logic, rational, and in the best interest of all the stakeholders of the institution. Therefore, please adapt to that. If you don't adapt, we'll soon join the dinosaur clan. Be adaptable, and it's very Charles Darwin, the theory of evolution. So these 3 laws you are already aware. This is also called the survival of the most adaptable. This is the era of the survival of the most adaptable. And there he gave an example. Ants were able to sustain the thousands and thousands of years of changes in the evolution system, and we were able to see the tiny ants today. Now the small ants we are able to see today, they are very small. The huge, big dinosaurs, very micro dinosaurs, they posed resistance And they said that they don't change. They pose resistance. They refuse to change, and they demanded particular of time, climate, temperature, and food, and all that. They could not get it in the process of evolution, and in the process still they are showed resistance, and that's why they vanished. They become perished, and they become extinct. They gone to the thin air. So, would you like to be a foolish like a dinosaur, or would you like to be a smart like ant? Is that ants are good at hibernating, and we are able to see thousands and thousands of evolutionary changes ants are able to adopt. Let us be smart like ants. Adopt, change, and thrive. Bend but not break is what actually the mantra, friends. And change, as I said, Jack Welch said, rather, sorry, I have not said that. He's also one of my role models. Jack Welch is a business guru, great leader. And I told you he was the CEO of GE, General Electric. What is General Electric? General Electric started 110-year-old great multinational company founded by Thomas Alva Edison, who invented electric bulb. And but Jack Welch joined in 1970 as a small he was electrical engineer, friends. And then in 80 he became a CEO. In the 10 to 12 years time he became a CEO, and then he reshaped the destiny of the company. He made the company most agile and competitive and globally very famous and most sought after, the best place to work, and everything. And in the transition, he did that corporate turnaround and brought the company from $5 billion to $550 billion. Jack Welch is a very great, effective leader. Globally, if you take any corporate and any business leader, everyone knows Jack Welch. He is called gold standard against which other CEOs are measured. He is a gold standard against which other CEOs are measured. That's why, we need to learn about Jack Welch. And of course, he passed away, unfortunately, 6 months back. And he has a great Jack Welch Leadership Center. His wife, Susie Welch, is managing it now, of course, and great man. And he has a great learning center called Crotonville in New York, US. And he established it when he was at GE. And he's a consultant, doing a great job. Anyway, then let's come to learning. Learnability, ability to learn. We need to, as we discussed, learning has three dimensions: learn, unlearn, and relearn. We are in the era of continuous lifelong learning and keep people relevant and young. Learning keeps relevant and young. So you have to keep on learning. And as I said, your colleges as well as organizations undertake and provide upskilling, reskilling, and cross-skilling learning, rather training or learning programs, and see that you are constantly relevant. That's why syllabus gets reshaped, and you are learning Python or and the latest emerging technology and programming language, and as part of global emerging trends of technology, and that's how syllabus keeps changing. You know that. And soft and soft. There is again a small 1 minute story. There is a great author called you know this very well, Stephen Covey. He authored a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a great book, bestseller like that, emotional intelligence book, and it's a wonderful book. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. What does the book say? What are the 7 habits of the highly effective people in the global scale? And that is, you can ask me, sir, what are the 7 habits I can learn so that I also want to become effective? And you can ask yourself for that matter. You read the book, you know that 7 habits. 7 habits of highly effective people, written Dr. Stephen Covey. He passed away last year at the age of 70. In the morning workouts, he was bicycling and fell down and he passed away. And great author, he wrote 10 books, all are bestsellers. In the 7 habits of highly effective people, talks about the 7th law called, 7th habit called sharpen the saw. It's all about continuous self-renewal and continuous learning and continuous rejuvenation. Here he gives a small story. That is, we have to continue to renew and learn. He gives a small story. There is a farmer, a woodcutter rather, he goes to a farm area, near forest area, and he goes to one master and farm head and asks the master for a daily work for a daily wage basis. Said, master, please give me work and so that I can feed my family. So master said, okay, and he hands him over a saw or an axe. He said, my dear friend, you go to the nearby forest, cut the number of woods and bring it, and propose to the number of woods I will pay you the salary on daily basis. He said, okay, happy. And he need the money for survival of the family. And day 1, he brings 10 woods. Day 2, 9 woods. Day 3, 7 woods, 8 woods. Day 6, 7 woods. Like that, his productivity has been keep on decreasing, coming down. Then on the 5th day, he comes to the master and says, master, kindly groom me, mentor me, guide me, and lead me, and please advise me why my productivity has been coming down, and you are paying according to the proportionate to the number of notes I am bringing to the table. And so what do I have to do, my dear friend? I mean, my master, please guide me. Master asked one simple question. My dear friend, when was the last time you sharpened your saw? When was the last time you sharpened your saw, my dear friend? Then the woodcutter said, Master, I didn't have time. I was only busy cutting the woods. My friend, if you keep cutting the woods, if the saw or the axe becomes a blunt, you won't be able to cut the same number of woods. Therefore, if before going to forest area, please sharpen your saw every morning for a few minutes, then go. Then you will be able to, your productivity automatically will be enhanced. That is the happy ending. Then we started sharpening the saw, and then let us ask friends. I request you to develop the ability of asking questions. First of all, let us introspect and ask questions to ourselves. When was the last time we sharpened our saw? When was the last time I learned something new skill apart from the regular academics? When was the last time I developed something new, like Udacity, Coursera, Simply Learn, books, and NPTEL? Or maybe something, or you have attended seminar, symposium, conferences, have you presented any papers in national, international journals, have you presented any papers in these conferences, seminar, symposium, and what did you do that? Please do that. And if you have them, and that will be provide you a great edge to you, that acts as your differentiator. Otherwise, we won't be able to demonstrate or talk about, we won't be having any differentiator, friends. These skills these things will give us a differentiation. When was the last time we sharpened our saw? That's why I told you about NPTEL. It's very, very important. Jacques says differentiate or die, distinct or extinct. You be a distinct person, otherwise you become extinct. Control your destiny, as somebody else will control our destiny. And get better or get beaten. These are the market reality, harsh corporate statements. So don't kindly, since I have seen industry, I am saying this, but let us accept the reality, friends, because you are all professionals doing engineering and professional students. You should know reality. That's why I'm telling you, get better or get beaten squarely in the market. When was the last time you sharpened your saw? So keep on sharpening your saw, learn something new apart from your regular Java, .NET textbook, principal programming skills and algorithm, data structures and all that. Okay, never stop learning, because life never stops teaching, right? That's the mantra. As part of learnability, we need to nurture ability to learn and never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. And it's very, very critical and important. And we need to develop that. Be a quick and speed learner. That's what they expect in the interviews. As I said, I don't know Hibernate, but I am a quick learner. I know Java, which is essential to learn Hibernate. I can learn Hibernate in a few days' time on the job. Other critical skills are positive attitude, networking, questioning. Yeah, we have nurture positive attitude and network with the fellow professional people and professional, engineers, or your own branch of engineers and your own like-minded people. I'm not talking about Facebook here, probably LinkedIn or any professional forum, IEEE, something like that. Questioning skills, friends, nurture the skill, develop the ability of asking right questions. Any question. After 5 years of corporate life, when you go to become a professional, you will say that you ask the right question. But at this point in time, please develop the ability of asking any question. You don't think it's a stupid question, but your teachers will be happy. I'm telling you, kindly check with your professors. They'll be happy if you ask questions. The world has plenty of answers, not many questions. Google, you give anything, but it retrieves thousands and thousands of documents. But we don't know. We are running short of questions to give to Google. So please, asking questions is a soft skill. Asking questions is a life skill, friends. So please develop the habit of asking questions. I give one live example. I have some examples because they go straight into the mind, and I told you that I'm trying to share my experiential learning over here. So last year, I called one MD of a IT company in Chennai, Kodambakkam, to my college for a talk. He gave a beautiful talk for 1 hour, and we had a short interaction. And he spoke about technology and innovation. He was a MSME, mechanical engineering giant, and worked with Ford in America. And he was doing MS in US, and he's a GD&T professional, mechanical engineering. Anyway, whatever the leader, all engineering, we're talking about interdisciplinary nature of engineering. All engineering branches will merge, and you need to know something of everything, right? IT professionals should know about civil mechanical workers should know about programming and all. We're talking about interdisciplinary nature of engineering. So that leader came and gave a brilliant talk, and we thanked him. And really, we said we are grateful to you. Sir, I have a small question. Last week we went to IIT Madras and gave a similar talk, same talk. He gave it in the IIT Madras. And what's the difference between your, as per observation, students of IIT Madras and students of other colleges? He said, nothing, sir. They are all equal. They are intellectuals. I respect students. But IIT Madras students they're questioning, challenging, and thinking crowd. Whereas the students probably other colleges are silent, listening, or are probably little passive crowd. They don't ask questions, and they are silent, listening, and they simply. So in my college also, only 1 or 2 students asked questions, and there are not many much questions. And we have to, we teachers had to ask questions to Dr. Muralidharan. He gave a brilliant talk, and so that's it. So friends, with this answer, you understood that the significance of asking questions. Goal setting, set goals, very important, and for yourself. In the interview, they'll ask you what are your short-term, long-term goals, and what are your short-term and long-term career aspirations. You'll be ready with that and see that what they look by that. By your answer, they will see that they assess how ambitious you are. Is very, very critical and important, isn't it? Goal setting is important. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, 5 years ago, he came to IIT Madras before he passing away, and we spoke about that. He said that he said, be my friends, you're all great people. You're addressing students, hundreds of students, thousands of students. He said, students, you're all highly skilled people. You have your own strengths. Please work on your strengths and be unique you. Be unique you. If you're not unique you, I'm a great fan of Kalam. I told you, friends, I am sharing some of the Kalam messages to you. Please observe carefully. He said, my friends, be unique you. Work on your strengths and be unique you. Don't try to be somebody else. I try to be my class topper in my class. Right? I have to be myself. In the interview, they see that they want you to be yourself. Be unique you. Work on your strengths. If you're not unique you, the whole environment, the world will transform you into everybody else. So be unique you. If you want to be unique you and successful, there are 4 steps, friends. They're all Kalam words. He said, set a goal and acquire knowledge, work hard, and persevere till you become successful. These are the 4 steps given by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, then we'll go to problem solving. I told you about problem. Engineering is a problem solving skill, and problem solving is important life skill. And stress management is important, friends. In the academic and the corporate, you need to work in long hours, and you have to have, sometimes you go to work stress. And if the project deadline is fast approaching, you have to work for overnight over there when you go to corporate life. And what is your stress coping mechanism? How do you handle stress? How do you manage stress and mitigate and manage stress? It's a simple question they try to ask. I'm sure you have different answers. You may say that, sir, I do walking, I do meditation, I do yoga, I love work, I am a workaholic, I don't feel stressed. Work is a nice diversion for me, and I read books, or I talk to people, I do play games, I'm a avid cricketer, basketball player, or whatever. Please find out some answer. So stress management is very important, friends. Otherwise, if we don't know how to manage stress, it will cause burnout. No, these days, friends, people at 30, 35 years, they're talking about hypertension and diabetes, even less than that age, right? So at the early age, if you don't know how to manage stress, it will result into the early onset of lifestyle diseases like hypertension and diabetes. Please avoid that. If you are good at managing stress, you can postpone hypertension and diabetes after 80, 90 years of age. If you get BP sugar after 80 years, no problem. So EQ, Daniel Goleman, EQ is better than IQ. Please grow, nurture and grow as a great professional. I look at each student as a professional leader, engineering leader, and global professional. You are a global consultant. Companies, organizations will hire you as a consultant to solve the problems of their end customers. Therefore, you are a consultant and you are a techno-functional leader. Therefore, please, every student is a leader. Conflict management is very important. You should know conflicts bound to happen in teams, in the academic life or corporate life. And you should know, discuss, threadbare, find out, and see which is best for the team. You please do that. Don't keep any egos out of the picture, and manage the conflicts. Conflicts are healthy. Conflicts contribute to the problem solving. And never give up, friends. Please never ever give up. Work very hard and very, very smart. And just an illustration to say that never give up, and work with 1 degree more attitude. And universal life skills are communication, teamwork, I told you, covered here. And I quickly go it because it's all listing only. And problem solving, decision making, reasoning, creativity, dedication, planning, organizing, POTSCOR, they say in principles of management, you know that. Dependability, adaptability, reliability, and integrity. Adaptability, integrity is very, very important. And our authenticity, integrity, and ethical value systems are very, very important. As far as integrity, I give one more example. The interviews, for example, a student, learnability, integrity, I'll give a quick example. A mechanical student in Capgemini came to the last level, till almost a technical interview level, clearing the three hurdles. And they say that, friend, you are a mechanical engineer, you'd like to join us. Why? What is the reason? Said, I love IT, I am good at programming, Java, .NET, and Python, and all that. And my brother is working in Accenture, and I would like to form my career in IT industry. And okay, good, fine. Tell me, what are the emerging trends, latest developments and emerging trends happening in IT space? Emerging trends, technology trends happening in the industry now globally. Please think global. Then that particular friend, that mechanical student, very brilliant boy. Of course, later I got a great job, but that day, particular day, was a very bad day for him. He lost the opportunity. He could not recollect, though he knew or something happened to him, and he could not articulate talk about emerging technology trends happening globally. He knew about AI, he knew about IoT, he knew about machine learning. He knew about mobility, cloud, and all that, but he could not explain. And friend, boss, you want to work in IT company, but you don't know emerging latest developments happening in IT. Do you really want to work with us? Okay, fine. Thank you. See you next time. That's what the decision the HR said, and they sent him off. So that's one example. Second example, one student went with a resume. Freshers is called resume. You should not use the word CV. Resume should not run to more than 2 pages. A resume, and in the skills, in his hobbies, he mentioned as the cricket. Okay, good. And then he went there, and in the HR interview, the discussion is fine, good. You put cricket as your hobby. Very good. Happy about it. Can you tell me about the recent ongoing recent IPL match, and which team won, and what's your perspective or opinion about the recent IPL match, about that, how did India play and all that? He wanted to know. He said, friends, you are a problem solver, you are a leader, you are a thinker, you are a thought leader, you are a consultant. Therefore, you should have your opinion of your own, and think through, and analyze threadbare, and give your recommendations and opinions, right? They wanted to know him, what is your opinion about recent IPL concluding match? He minced words, and he could not answer, and said, but you put cricket as a hobby, and what is it? You are not following it. Sorry, sir, I taken my resume copied from my friend, my best friend, my classmate. I really don't follow cricket. But why did you put it? Why you're not authentic? And I didn't say that, but why did you put it? You can be, you say whatever you know, you go put that particular thing as a hobby. Why did you say cricket? Copy it from your friend, and what is it? So if same thing happens tomorrow in a corporate life, and do that in front of my customer, what will happen to my project, my company image? Okay. So therefore, fine, thank you, see you again. So something like that. So please don't do that. Every word you should have a command and control to explain in your resume. They ask every word. Project, they can ask 10 different questions, you'll be ready with that. Please, dirty your hands, do projects on your own, and please explain. That is called integrity and authenticity, rather availability, flexibility, honest, integrity, and morality, and computer technical skills. I'm not saying that life skills alone are important, friends. I say one side of the coin. I at least honestly say 50-50 probably, and emotionally. But I mean, if you have seen that the previous Harvard and Stanford survey, they said 85% of your career progression depends on your interpersonal skills and team working skills and leadership skills. I am not even saying that. Those are the survey results of global centers of excellence like Harvard and Stanford. So at least let us give equal importance, friends. So your technical skills are important. At the end of the day, of course, you are a techno-functional consultant and engineer. It's very important that you need to what is called work with technology. You need to have technical skills, but at the same time, you need to nurture the life skills, which are very critical, important. Technology is important, but necessary, but not sufficient. It's a judicious amalgamation, mixture of both hard and soft skills, hard and life skills will take you to places. Interpersonal abilities is very important. You need to develop, nurture that interpersonal ability. You should be good with dealing with people. They look at the moment you are walking, they're walking in interview, they say your stance, the way you walk, the way you hold file, the way you talk to people, the way your body language, your paralanguage, your language, tone, intonation, pitch and speed, all that, everything is assessed, right? That's very, very critical and important for you. And then let's talk about self-motivation here. We strive for excellence in everything you do. I mean, this is what actually the expectation from the industry as far as life skills are concerned, or the professional development is concerned rather. Step out of the comfort zone, never settle for the second best, be the best, and make your future employer want you. It's very important. And be relevant and employable and be future ready. Very important. Be future ready. Ready for the future. I told you that we are in the era of lifelong employability. Issue is employability, friends. My generation was unemployment. There are many graduates and less number of jobs. HR, even till today, when they come to my college, they say that, sir, I have 100 openings, but I found only 80 people from your college. What do I do? Remaining 20, I'll go to some other college. So they say that I have openings, but people with the required employability skills are in short supply. They're scanty. This is it's like water. You are sailing in a sea. You are thirsty. Can you drink that water? It's like saying water everywhere, not a drop to drink. The current situation is something like that. That is the reason why probably 70% unemployability is a very painful situation, friends. I am telling you the reality, and kindly don't mistake me. And to make you sensitized to that, take it seriously and work on it and be conscious about it and enhance those skills. That is my intention. That's the reason why I showed you that the numbers. And if you Google it saying that employability of engineering graduates, you will get 100 articles, friends. You read at least 2 or 3 articles, you will know the big picture. And so it's very, very important, friends. So I need not tell you. There are a lot of research done on the employability skills of engineering graduates, especially by this aspiring minds fellows. Aspiring minds is in Noida, Delhi. They started by 4 graduates from IIT Madras. They are very good at analyzing, doing the surveys in engineering colleges in India. And friends, develop self-confidence. Nobody can make you inferior without your permission. Have a strong confidence. How strong confidence comes? The secret of self-confidence, the secret of success is self-confidence. The secret of confidence is preparation and practice. There is no shortcut, friends. You have to prepare and practice thoroughly. Prepare, and you have to work hard. There is no shortcut for hard work. I see a beautiful statement by the great leader, Abraham Lincoln, American president, ex-American president. If I have 6 hours to cut a tree, I spend first 4 hours to sharpen my saw. Well, beautifully he said, isn't it? So 4 hours you sharpen the saw, and then 2 hours you use for cutting the tree. And is there any magic wand or formula shortcut for successful? No. Love what you do. Keep the spirit of learning alive. Be a person with a strong character, integrity and ethics and the value system. Be authentic and ethical. Have a plan and stick to it. Work hard. Work smart. Be learnable and adaptable. There are no shortcuts, and you have to work very hard, friends. Please don't make it easy. Don't kindly, please. We need to die for learning. Yeah. Last year there was a survey happened among all the IT employees globally, and they said that what do you respect the most? Learning, HR, salary, work environment, amicable colleagues. They give options. 82% people said learning opportunities. We have to really focus on learning. That's a global survey by HR. So be learnable, ability to be adaptable, and professionals, engineers, any professional, even doctors, that survey shows that they attach tremendous importance to learning. That's why they said that 82% that learning, not salary or C&B, cost and benefits. So there are no shortcuts. And then, friends, my great role model, my virtual mentor, I am sure is there, and we miss him early, great man, Dr. APJ. He said this beautiful thing as far as this. Since we are talking about life skills, we should really understand Dr. Kalam messages wherever you see, college corridors or wherever, or Plasma TV, or books, wherever, or YouTube. Please, I request you to watch at least 10 to 20 YouTube videos of Dr. Kalam. I watched live, and we had a good fortune of inviting him to Teachers Day in Tech Camp. Tech Camp celebrates Teachers Day in a very big way. We called Dr. Kalam. He had a great session a few years back. He said that when there is a righteousness in the heart, there is a beauty in the character. Righteousness means the trustworthiness, ethics, integrity, and authenticity, being good, being ethical, all that, being righteous. When there is a righteousness in the heart, there is a beauty in the character. When there is a beauty in the character, there is a harmony at home. When there is a harmony in the home, there is an order in the nation. When there is an order in the nation, there is a peace in the world. What Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said. So he related, how beautifully he related the righteousness in the heart of a single individual to the peace, global peace. That is the vision of such a great global leader, Dr. APJ. We love him because he loves students, and no other leader met nearly 1 billion students like Dr. Kalam. Dr. Kalam met nearly 1 billion students. That's about. So please emulate Dr. Kalam and go through his messages and watch his lectures and teachings. And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, IIT Madras. There are 2-3 lectures. Please watch them. You will be happy. Thank you so much, friends. I have now taken a long time, but my enthusiasm is to share these pointers with all the youngsters and makes some difference to some people rather. So I'm very happy, and thank you very much for your time and opportunity. I end with again Dr. Kalam's quote says that, friends, aim high, low aim is a crime. Aim high. I know you want to work in Microsoft, Google, and great blue chip companies, and aim high, low aim is a crime. Don't settle for the less. Hit your top, whatever is your ambitious, your target, and aim high, low aim is a crime. Let's not commit the crime by aiming low. That's what actually Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said. He tells all this thing to all of his beloved students. He loves students. He goes even everywhere, even right from the elementary, even corporation school to IITs and IIMs. He's a great man. He loves students. He worked as. We asked him when he came to Chennai Tech Camp. As we asked him, sir, you have 3 roles as a people president and a doctorate scientist and a teacher. You know, he was a professor in Anna University as well. He was in the quarters there. I said, I love the role as a teacher. I love the role as a teacher. And so in that is the reason why he said he's a great teacher, and he worked as a teacher, and he passed away as a teacher while he was addressing the beloved students of IIT Shillong in Shillong, Northeast. And he started the lecture, he collapsed, and you know what happened. We missed him. We lost him. Thank you very much, friends, and over to any questions and answers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your excellent presentation. Participants, if you have any queries, kindly unmute your mic and kindly post your queries, or post your queries in the chat box. Sir, we'll wait for a minute. Otherwise, we'll conclude, sir.
Sure, sir. Please, I'm unable to read the questions, and kindly help me reading, and so that I'll answer, sir. Yeah. Friends, any questions, please try to ask.
Sir, they are sending their feedback. Thank you for your wonderful session, sir, and sharing your experience. It is very inspirational session, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. My pleasure. I thank sir, Radhakrishna, sir, for the opportunity, and Dr. Lakshmi, madam, also for the opportunity. Yeah. Yes, sir. Any other feedback or questions?
Participants, kindly post your queries.
Else, I mean, they can
sir,
post.
Any carrier facility or available?
Or post to email ID, or you can post it later as well. Sir, I'll be able to.
Just a minute, sir. Sir, any carrier facility or available to do work in home nowadays? One query posted by the participants, sir.
Please paraphrase, sir, once again.
Again, sir. Sir, any carrier facility or available to do work in a home nowadays?
Yes, sir. Actually, currently, we are combating and we are worried about corona, and at the same time we should thank the corona situation, because the educational learning has come online and there are opportunities. And definitely, for example, an academy, I would like to teach, for example, an academy will offer a platform, and you post a short video and they give you teaching opportunities and they pay you per session. Similarly, there are, if you go to Google and you go to online assignments, work from home assignments, there are plenty of websites. I'm afraid I don't recollect now, but there are a lot of opportunities and you can work from home and contribute. For example, there are online, you can write articles, you can review it and you can proofread it, and you can teach online, you can do so many things, sir.
Participants, any other queries? Sir, shall we conclude the session, sir? So first, I'd like to thank our management and principal, our head of the department, for giving support to arrange this wonderful seminar. And next, I'd like to thank our resource person, Professor Koteshwar Rao, for his wonderful presentation. He nicely explained about the industry expectations and VUCA world and 21st century industry skill set. You nicely explained about all the points required to get a job, sir. I hope all the participants might get benefit out of this webinar. Thank you. So finally, I thank all the participants, especially from the participants from other colleges as well as our own colleges. Thank you. Thank you all for your participation and cooperation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure. And thank you once again, Professor Radhakrishnan and Dr. Lakshmi Madam and the principal, sir, and all the participants for the opportunity. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.